Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. As many of you guys know, I've been trying to scan this bridge in for quite a while now. I've actually tried scanning every single day, and I've made some other failure videos that I decided not to post of it not going right. And I've tried all kinds of things, from spraying this white spray on it right here, to using foot powder on it, to even using powder on it. And I added these little tracking spots all over the edges of this, trying to get it to work. And everything did not seem to work too well. And so let me go ahead and talk about the scanners. So I use this scanner here, which is a pretty cool one, and it's made for close and near, and tried all kinds of ways. And this is the first one I showed in the video. It just didn't work too well. I've used the Mini as well, and again, because the Mini is such a small area that actually scans, it couldn't make it all the way across the bridge. The scanning for this, for the range, is actually just right to the edge of the bridge, going from this side to right here, so there's nothing for it to track. I've also used crumpled up newspaper, as you can see right here, to try to scan, and that worked better using the crumpled up newspaper. So when he mentioned it online, and it was kind of funny because when I posted that video of my failure of it not working, a lot of people on the scanning community are like, he's just posting it for clicks and he's such a hack, doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, hey, I've scanned in a lot of things in the past. This is just kicking my butt because it's so symmetrical and it's hard to get it. And I want it close enough to catch all the details of the brickwork. And to do that, I have to have a good enough scanner to catch that. Or if I use a scanner that's made for big objects, you won't get that detail. So then after that, I tried this this one right here. It's called the Inspire, and it's also made by I got the name right, Revopoint, which is funny. Most of the scanners I have are from them. I should get their company name right. And even though I cursed this scanner in a different video, it actually did the best scan, and you could see the brickwork afterwards, but it wasn't able to get the front and back. And I started thinking about it. When I take and scan in like an action figure, like a He-Man figure, oops, there goes his sword. Hold on a second. The sword of power has been lost. There we go. When I scanned him in, when I stand him up, I have him on his feet. And so the only part that's not scanned in is the bottom of his feet, which usually I just make flat instead of showing all the details on there. But I started thinking about this, that I keep scanning the bridge like this, or like this, or like that. And sometimes I'll put it up on a box or something else in a large turntable like this. And I figure I'll cut the box off later. But what I'm missing is when I scan this in, this edge right here, there's a hard time getting this edge. And I started thinking about it. Well, the figure stands there and it spins, and I get all the angles of it except for the bottom of the feet. And all of a sudden it hit me. I should scan it like this. If I scan it tall ways, then as it rotates around, I will get the face here, the edges here, and the back. Well, the problem is it will work great for this top half because these are very unique and identifiable as it spins around. But once I get to the middle, it's going to have a really hard time figuring out where in this bridge this part is that I'm scanning. So I had to find something to make it unique. And so my first thought was to take some poster putty, and just kind of put some random shapes on the side and later on cut them off. That's great and all, but if you look at this edge, it's not exactly the same from here to here to here. It kind of has a little bit of a curve to it that goes back and forth. And so trying to recreate this curve on the computer to cut it off wouldn't work right. I'd have to almost make a box and then take the box and then meld it to fit this curve and then do my cut. And there's also a little bit of texture on here that I would lose. So my next thought was to take and put a bunch of random designs across the bottom here. Well, that'll work great for when I scan this side. I can cut it off later. It's all pretty flat on here. But when I'm on this side, it wouldn't work. And then it hit me. And all of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute, I have an idea. What I should do is I should take the poster putty, put a globular cluster on this side, and then put some kind of stick coming off that goes past the width of the bridge. So when I'm in the front of the bridge, it can see it. And when I turn it around, it can still track those parts that are sticking out. So I started thinking, what can I use? And I asked my wife, do we have any straws downstairs? I know I had straws somewhere, but no, we don't. So all of a sudden it hit me, I could use Q-tips. If I take the Q-tips and I cut them off right here, sharpen the tip, jam it into the poster putty at an angle coming out from the bridge like that, then the sides will stick past the edge, but yet it will still only touch right here in the bottom, so there's less to cut. Now, if I take these Q-tips and set them all different angles and shapes, and maybe two coming out one and one coming out another, and just make them all as random as I can, then as it scans it, it will know that these random spots are where the Q-tips are. And I think that will work. I think I got it now. So I found out if I use the Inspire on dark mode, I don't need to scan this with a spray. I used it on dark mode, and it actually caught all the detail here really nicely. Just this edge here did a really bad job on. So spinning it with the Q-tips and trying this first, see how it works. And then after I scan it with this to get a higher quality resolution, I'm also going to try it with this. I mean, I have to add more Q-tips for this to work because the actual amount of view that it has is pretty small for this. This is made for really small parts. So I'll try that out and we'll see if the Q-tip idea works, and I'll show you guys why I'm doing it as well. So stay tuned and we will see how this plays out. All right, so first things first, let's get this plugged into the power spot. There it is. Once it's plugged in, it will turn on, and then I will turn my phone on, and I will connect the network. You want to go into your settings, choose Wi-Fi. And once you choose Wi-Fi, you're going to look for the scanner, and this one is the Inspire. There it is. And once the Inspire is connected, you go back to the software and run it. Now it's pulling up the software. Please wait. There it is. So now I will set this to dark mode, which it already used for me doing it last time. And then I will take the auto off and crank it all the way up to 10. Auto off, crank it up to 10 on there. It's looking pretty good. You can see it in the corner here. Now I will turn this on and hope it doesn't fall. I'm going to push it down one more time to make sure that it is on there as good as I can get it for now. Ugh. Okay, let's go ahead and get this centered on there. There it is. We'll start with the front face and play. Oh, already messing up. No! You know what? I'm going to change my depth down a little bit. I'll put it on auto. What the heck? Whoa, it flipped it right over. These Q-tips are not going to work the way I was hoping they would. Slowly move it down. Down the back side where the Q-tips are. Looks like it's messing up a little bit. We'll see when it's on the computer. No, my Q-tip trick is not working. I will finish this and see what it looks like in the final results before I kill this one. So I gotta hurry. Can't get the scan down on the bottom before it falls over. Oh, I want to click kill it. Hopefully it didn't kill it. Oh, it did kill it. No. I meant to hit pause instead of kill. Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and load that into my computer and we'll see what that looks like. So here's the scan result. It's quite the mess. You can see like it has all the Q-tips not lining up, lots of doubles, and just a disaster. And then I went ahead and fused it, and it came out looking really good. I was surprised that it came out looking so well. It does have the brickwork in there. There's a couple spots, especially towards the bottom, that just didn't come out right. So I'm going to have to scan it again, spend more time on the bottom piece because I was afraid that it was going to fall over on me. So I didn't quite do my due diligence on the bottom. But as far as everything else, I mean, the Q-tips didn't come out beautifully, but I don't care about the Q-tips. That was not the goal. But the Q-tips did get in the way of some of the scanning. Let's go ahead and just add some mesh to it and see what it does. So I went and got this foot powder spray, and I use this to spray all over the part and also the turntable at the same time. I decided to use my tripod and basically use the knob on the side of the tripod in order to slowly lower it as it spins around. So first I want to take a very good check at the top because that's really hard to get. So I just left it up there for a while it's scanning the top. And now I'm adjusting the tension on the crank so I can slowly lower it. And you can see it's actually picking up really nice. I was pretty impressed the way this was working. Now I did set the setting on a 2 for the depth before I used a setting of 10, but I found out using a 10 also ends up grabbing the background and not just the object. So if you have these scanners, mess with the depth for how deep the scan will go, and it's still kind of a hit and miss on how it works. Now I had to add more Q-tips, as you can see in this picture on this video, because the first round of Q-tips, it kept losing tracking in the middle and the second half third, well, actually the bottom third of the bridge as well. So for some reason, I could not get the foot powder to stay on. Every time I sprayed it, it kept spraying off and making a clear spot as well. So it was kind of a hassle to get it on there. My wife's like, how much of that are you going to use? And I said, well, I have to use enough to coat it. Now, this is actually filmed in real time. This is not sped up footage or slowed down. This is how long it actually takes while it spins around. Those black dots on the bottom are to help it keep tracking when I reach to that point. Now, since the white spray sprayed over the dots, it's not going to do much for the tracking this time, but you'll see it in the final output that we'll get to in a few minutes. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole thing because eventually my scanner gets out of the frame of the video, so we're going to end it pretty quick here in a minute, but I just wanted you to see the process of slowly moving it down. And for those that are trying to scan, I think the Q-tip method, I've never seen anybody else do it before, but man, I tell you, it works really good to get all the details and to not have it mistrack. So using the foot powder and using the Q-tips and using a white turntable and using a tripod and slowly lowering it, I think it came out pretty good. So here it is in the raw format. You can see all the dots that are created for the points. And now I went to fused, and here's the fused mode, much cleaner, cleaned it all up. And then I went to meshed, and here is the mesh mode. And you can see all the brick detail in there. Now I'm going to go back through later on with my pencil and redraw some of the bricks in. But, you know, that looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. So there you go. I finally got it to work. There's only one small point. Let me show you where it's at. And it is right down here in the corner. I did not let it continue spinning all the way around. So I got one little glitch right here. And you can see it in the fuse spot. That little hole right there. Right there, a hole in the mesh. And that is my only error that I really have, and you can see how it has a little globular cluster off to clean up later on, but not too shabby. Now I did use the Inspire to do this. I was hoping to get something a little more higher quality for the brickwork, but I can go through and redraw the bricks myself now that I see the pattern on there. It'll be kind of hard to angle it just right with the right lighting on the computer for me to draw those bricks in, but it shouldn't be too tough. So there you go. After a week's worth of scanning and failing over and over again, I finally have one scanned in, and we shall see how it looks when I go to cut the bottom off. And so far I'm pretty happy with it, so hopefully it comes out good. And then later on I will retrofit this to fit the new Origins, so we will have an original looking bridge to fit the Origins Eternia playset. How cool will that be? Alright, well, thanks for watching, you guys. I know it's been kind of a painful process watching me do video after video after video of mistake after mistake after mistake, but I think we finally got it, and hopefully this will work and I'll have some bridges for you guys. Anyway, like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.